Hi students, we are on lesson 7-5 today. So we're looking at describing ratios with tape diagrams. So we've used diagrams in the past, especially tape diagrams, closer to the beginning of the school year. So we're going to go over a little bit and then you'll be able to do it on your own assignment. So your lesson objectives are: I can use tape diagrams to solve proportions. I can compare solving proportions with tape diagrams to other methods, and I can solve problems involving part-to-part ratios and part-to-whole ratios. So that is what we will be looking at today. So the first part says using tape diagrams to model ratios. It says a juice company's kiwi berry juice is made by mixing 2 parts kiwi fruit juice with 3 parts strawberry juice. The ratio of parts of kiwi fruit juice to parts of strawberry juice can be modeled using a tape diagram. So it says solve each proportion 3 ways, using the tape diagram, a factor puzzle, and cross multiplication. So we've already done factor puzzles, we've already done cross multiplication, so the only new thing is the tape diagram. So we'll start with that first. So it says how many liters of kiwi fruit juice should be mixed with 15 liters of strawberry juice to make kiwi berry juice. So we know that the strawberry is 15 liters, and our tape diagram is split up into 3 parts. So that means our 15 liters is going to be divided by 3 to get our 3 equal parts. And we know that 15 divided by 3 is 5. And all of these pieces are the same size as these pieces, so we know they're also going to be 5. So we have 5, we have 10, so there's 10 liters of kiwi fruit juice for every 15 liters of strawberry juice. So now we have the factor puzzle, so it has the K and the S for kiwi fruit juice and strawberry juice. We have our 2, our 3, and our 15. And it already has some of the factor puzzle filled out for us. So there's the 1. So 1 divided by 2, or 2 divided by 1 is 2. 3 divided by 1 is 3. So now 15 divided by 3 is 5. And 5 times 2 is 10. So we get the same answer there. For every 15 liters of kiwi fruit juice, or strawberry juice, there are 10 liters of kiwi fruit juice. So our answers match up. So now we have the cross multiplication. So I'm going to first start by making the equation. So 3x equals 2 times 15. So we know 2 times 15 is 30, which equals 3x. And 30 divided by 3, our x equals 10. So again, we get 10 liters. So all of our answers are the same. They all match up. So we know that answer is correct because we got the same answer on all 3 parts. So remember, if you're looking at one statement, all 3 of your methods to solve it need to match up. So let's move on to our next one. So it says, how many liters of strawberry juice should be mixed with 50 liters of kiwi fruit juice to make kiwi berry juice? So now we have 50 liters of kiwi fruit juice, and we're looking at making strawberry juice. So I'm going to fill this in. We have 50 liters of kiwi fruit. So 50, and we're dividing it into 2 pieces. So 50 divided by 2 is 25. So now we know that each of these sections is 25. These sections are the same size, so we know all 3 of these are going to be 25, 25. So 25 plus 25 plus 25, or 25 times 3, we know is 75. Okay, so now we're going to fill in our factor puzzle. So it says for how many liters of strawberry juice should be mixed with 50 liters of kiwi fruit juice to make a kiwi berry juice. So we know there are 2 there and there's 3 pieces here. So we're counting how many pieces are in our tape diagrams. There's 2 for kiwi berry or for kiwi fruit and 3 for strawberry. So I put those in, and now we have 50 for, this tells us there's 50 liters of kiwi fruit juice. So now we solve our factor puzzle. So again, we have our 1, our 2, our 3. 50 divided by 2 is 25. 25 times 3 is 75. So far, our answers are matching up, 75 and 75. So now we'll do the cross multiplication and see if those match up as well. So we have 2 over 3, because again, the 2 over 3 comes from looking at how many pieces are in the tape diagram. So there's 2 over 3, and then we have 50, because we know there are 50 liters, and we're looking for the X amount. So I'm going to write our equation over here. We have 2x equals 50 times 3. So 50 times 3 we know is 150. And we need to divide 150 by 2 because that's our number over here. So 150 divided by 2. 2 goes into 15 7 times, and that is 14. We have 1 left over. We bring down our 0. 2 goes into 10 5 times, and that is 10. And our answer zeroes out. So we got the same answer again on all 3 methods of solving. So our 75 liters is correct. So now we will move on to our next one. Let me erase all of this. So the next one says, how many liters of kiwi fruit juice should be mixed with 20 liters of strawberry juice to make a kiwi berry juice? So that's good enough. So we have 20 liters of strawberry juice, and we're looking at kiwi berry juice. So we have it split up into 3 sections, but we know 20 liters is not evenly divisible by 3. So this time we can just write it as a fraction of 20 over 3. 20 over 3 and 20 over 3. So now we need to figure out if we have 20 over 3 for 1 piece, we need to do that for 2 pieces. So this one's going to be smaller, 20 over 3 and 20 over 3. So we have our fractions. We have 20 over 3 plus 20 over 3. So remember, when adding fractions, as long as the denominators are the same, you just multiply across the top. The denominator does not change. So we have 20 thirds and 20 thirds, which would be 40 thirds. Remember, with adding, you just add the numerators together. You don't change the denominators. So now, in our factor puzzle, we have 2 for kiwi fruit and 3 for strawberry. And we have 20 liters of strawberry We're looking for the kiwi fruit. So again, it's going to be a 1 here. That's the number that goes into both 2 and 3 evenly. So 3 divided by 20, we know is 20 thirds. So now 20 thirds times 2 is our 40 thirds. So now we need to do this in an equation. So we have 2 thirds equals x over 20. So that is going to be 3x equals 20 times 2. So we know 20 times 2 is 40. And 3x. Here's where we get to, we have to divide our 40 by 3, but again, it's not evenly divisible, so we just have 40 thirds. And that answer also matches up. So we've gotten the same answer all 3 times. We know that should be correct. So now we're going to move on to our next one. So now we're looking at part to whole ratios. So it says, remember that kiwi berry juice is made by mixing 2 parts kiwi fruit juice and 3 parts strawberry juice. So that first part, we always have 2/3 on the first one. So we can solve problems involving the total amount of juice and the total number of parts. So it says, solve each problem in 3 ways. Again, we're using the tape diagram, a factor puzzle, and cross multiplication. So it says, how many liters of kiwi fruit juice should be used to make 50 liters of kiwi berry juice? So we have our factor puzzle already filled in. So we have the kiwi berry and the kiwi. So let's start with the factor puzzle first because that's the one that's the most filled in. So we have 1, we know 2 divided by 1 is 2, 5 divided by 1 is 5, 50 divided by 5 is 10. So then 10 times 2 is 20. So we have 20 liters, and we have our 20 liters. We know kiwi fruit is going to be 20 liters. That needs to be split up into 2 pieces, so that's 10 and 10. So now we're looking at a total of 50 liters. So we need to subtract these 2 amounts. So 50 minus 20 is 30. So we have 30 liters on the bottom. And remember, our even parts are the same. So we know they're all going to be 10. And we have the correct answer. So now here's our fractions. We're going to put that into an equation. So 2 times 50 equals 5x. 2 times 50 is 100, which equals 5x. So 100 divided by 5, x equals 20. So we have 20, and we have 20 liters. So all 3 of our answers match up. We know that should be the correct answer. Now we'll move on to our next one. So it says, how many liters of strawberry juice should be used to make 20 liters of kiwi berry juice? So we have our strawberry and our kiwi berry. We're looking at how many liters of, or how much kiwi berry juice we can make. So we'll fill in this one first. So we know this is a total of 20 liters between both of these. So we need to figure out, let's see, we have okay, so we know that we have a total of 20 liters, and it needs to be split up into 3 parts here and 2 parts here. So we have a total of 5 parts. 20 divided by 5 is going to be, it's 4. So we'll have 4, 4, 4, 4, and 4. So there are going to be 8 liters of kiwi fruit juice and 12 liters of strawberry juice. So now we're going to plug that into our factor puzzle. We have 3 parts of the kiwi fruit, or 3 parts of the strawberry juice. So I'm going to do strawberry and then KB because we're looking at our full kiwi berry amount. So our strawberry, we have 3 parts. There's 1, 2, 3. For all of the kiwi berry, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we know it's a total of 20 liters. So again, we have our 1 here, 3, 5. 20 divided by 5 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12. So we have 12 and 12 because we're looking at how many parts strawberry juice. So now let's solve it our last way. We have 3, well, that looks like a 2. 3/5 equals x over 20. So 3 times 20 equals 5x. 3 times 20 we know is 60. And 60 divided by 5. Canceling that out, 60 divided by 5 is 12. X equals 12. So again, we got the same answer on all 3 parts. So we know that should be correct. So now we'll fill in our last one. So if 7 liters of kiwi fruit juice are used, how many liters of kiwi berry juice can be made? I'm going to fill this out already because we know we have kiwi fruit and we're looking for kiwi berry. So I'm going to look at this first. We have 2 parts of kiwi fruit and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 overall for the kiwi berry. And we need 7, we have 7 liters of kiwi fruit juice. So here we know it's going to be a 1, our 2, our 5. What is 7 divided by 2? That one's not as easy to solve, so we can just do 7 over 2. So then we need to multiply 7 halves times 5, which 7 times 5 is 35 over 2. So I'll use that to fill in our tape diagram. So we have 35 half liters. We know it's 7 liters over here, and we have 2 parts. And it's all 35 divided by 5, we know is 7, so that's where 7 halves, 7 halves, 7 halves, 7 halves, and 7 halves. So 7 plus 7 plus 7 we know is 21 over 2. So our answer equals that 35 halves. So now we need to solve it our last way. We have 2/5 equals 7 over x. So we have 5 times 7 equals 2x. We know 5 times 7 is 35. And so then we need to divide our 35 by 2, and that's not evenly divisible, so we leave it in the fraction form. so 35 halves, and that is our answer. And that is also the end of our lesson. So you'll be practicing these different diagrams and solving it the 3 different ways. Remember, as always, I'm here if you need help. Let me know if you have any questions, and you can get started on your math.